Is this your first time?
This is my first time.
Okay, first time. Okay. Let me get my notebook. Okay, sorry for the delay.
That's okay.
I hate being late. I just sometimes it doesn't go on my plane.
I get it.
Doing these appointments all day, it's like, who am I to say only this amount of time?
I get it.
This is kind of a generalized spiel because every reading is different, but no soul is off limit. So even if you were 4 when someone passed, they're still in spirit. Sometimes spirit will come through who may be like maybe related to a spouse or maybe a friend or something. So just kind of keep your mind open as I'm connected to your soul dashboard. They will not give me in-law, step, half, those things. They'll just give me the bond, like how they feel, like if they were more like a brother or more like a dad. So sometimes we may get too literal as the participant. We may like kind of, well, no, my dad's alive. Well, my uncle was like a dad. Well, it may not have said uncle, but he was like your dad. So that's where you're like, well, my uncle is passed, but he was like my dad. So because I'm reading the threads of energy. So that part, I don't care to be accurate on that. I just need to know who the hell I'm talking to. So they showed me all of like the older generational, and then they put like an arrow down. They put an arrow down to the side, which tells me that they're trying to go to a lower age group. Are you wanting to connect to someone that's like around your age?
Would have been around my age, yeah.
It's significant. This age is significant. So who is this that you're trying to connect to that should be around your age?
Lynette.
Is this like a friend or like a sister?
Yep, friend.
But like a sister?
Yep.
Okay, because she did friend and then quotation sister. Is she one of the main reasons why you're here today?
Yep.
Did she, okay, 1 second. Did she die unexpectedly?
Yep.
Did she die like tragically in some sort of way? Because she keeps saying, can you just let her know I'm okay? Can she stop worrying about me, please? Can she just know that I'm okay? My soul's at peace. Did she die like in an accident though?
It was like a haunted house accident.
Fall smash? What happened?
We got out of the car and there was a tunnel and she went back to go scare our friends. And I got scared and got back in the cart. And when she went to go get back in the other cart, she fell and the tunnel crushed her.
Crashed. Did you hear me? Mm-hmm. And that's she's giving me some sort of illustration.
Yeah. Ambulance came and took her, and we didn't find out she had passed until after we were at the police station.
So because what she's trying to show me is like being out of her body at the whenever this was coming back. So she's like, I watched my body go through all that. So she had to have been subconsciously not there, because she shows me in spirit watching that, because it's one of those things that she's just trying to acknowledge. No pain was had, no suffer was had. It was just a freak thing. And she showed me the 80s. Was this when you were was this when you were in your 20s?
15.
Kathy, she's like, I think it's so cool that I have been able to experience her life with her. And she knows that. If you tell her, she'll know. And she says, it's almost like I'm seeing butterflies.
Yeah, I've always told my kids that look for me as a butterfly, because that's what I'll try to come back as. Yeah.
Okay, so have you lived life feeling connected to her soul, like through your life? Have you felt like she's followed you through all these things? Because it's so neat. Oh my goodness. So did you guys walk to school, or would you go to school together?
Yeah, we used to walk all the time. Sometimes when we were younger, we would walk to school. We lived in the same neighborhood and we would walk all the time.
Because she says you deserve to remember those good memories. You deserve to remind yourself that there was a time that existed where you felt like a child. And there's like this component of feeling like there's no problems and no troubles and no struggles. And it's like the 80s where we didn't know anything around us. And that was the best of times, where nobody needed to know what was happening across the states or what was going on in Washington, or, she's
Yeah.
talking about really allowing us to feel this childlike energy again, because she has watched you struggle. She's watched you kind of go through some hardship and some pain and find yourself and fine tune who you want to be known as. And she's acknowledging your growth and your development. And there's a lot that's happened. And it's almost as though because she passed, we were able to understand death differently than a lot of other people around you. That she was a big catalyst to your guardian angels, and that she was someone that you relied onto or called onto or trusted that was there. It's almost as though it's like everything is happening in your mind, and it's like you didn't talk much about this. And it's really, really neat that she's kind of coming through and solidifying that. Do you understand that?
Yep.
So are you a grandma though? Like, are you Mimi, Gigi or something?
I am. Yep.
Who you are as a grandmother is not who you are as a mom, or there's something different about the way you developed yourself in this later part of life, where maybe you have chosen to be less hard on yourself when it comes to peopling or parenting or grandparenting, where you're realizing that you are here to help people find themselves rather than to create yourself again through other eyes. So it's one of those where you are really trying to find not only yourself, but you're trying to find it within yourself to understand other people. And this open-mindedness and this force field of just eager to know and to learn, and the sponge of just like this new world I'm in, is so awesome for her to be part of. So clearly you have a friend that has watched life change so much with you. And I get to connect to almost what feels like a very old soul. And that's what's beautiful is about knowing soul work, ideology behind soul journeys, which is when you have a very, very old soul, and it's like someone that just needed to dip their toes into the human experience to leave an impact, to go back home base, to be able to do more on the other side. That's what she did. She's like, I need her to know that I didn't miss out on anything. And that, in fact, I was able to follow through with everything that was planned, and tell her there's a reason why she feels so connected. She's not going crazy because she knows that not everybody has this. Like, not everybody has a friend that passed when you're 15 that you're spiritually in tune with for the rest of your life. And it's almost like a backbone that she's part of your spine. And it's like this invisible friend, if you will, but it's a very mature line of communication. So you must talk to her, or you must like communicate to her, because the tunnel is very clear. So this is a very clear, she's getting what you're saying. And the best part, you are hearing what she has to say back, and you don't need me to tell you that it's right, because you are confident in this relationship. And it's very, very sweet. Did you lose a baby though? Or did somebody lose a baby, like a miscarriage, termination?
I did.
Was that first trimester?
Yeah.
Like 9 or 10 weeks or something?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard the word brother. So I don't know. Sometimes when I hear the word brother, that's somebody in spirit saying brother. Are you wondering what gender it was?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got it. If you have a question that spirit can answer, and if you have a question in your heart, then there you go. Because they're talking about your miscarriage, and they're talking about that they gave me 9 to 10 weeks to solidify, and I said brother.
Okay. Yep.
Is that what you felt?
Yep. Absolutely.
You felt it with a boy. And what a great spiritual way of knowing that that's what came through. How sweet.
Thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you so much.
Let me just tell you, my daughter she's taking one of your classes right now, and you've been a photographer for her girls for years. I don't know if she told you this, but she told me that the first time she ever met you, she said he's a psychic. and that was before you came out and said that you were.
That's so cool. Yeah, I think I remember her telling me that. I've had a couple of people tell me that, so that's always been nice to, like, especially in the early stages, like, the imposter syndrome of like, is this really what I'm supposed to do? But anyway, thank you so much. That's so cool. I love that.